Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for another Plática here at Palo Alto College. My name is Robert Garzon. I'm fortunate to serve as the president of Palo Alto College. We are here with one of our students, Bryan Villarreal, who is joining us today to share a little bit of the stories about what's going on here at Palo Alto College, but also in his life as well. So, Bryan, thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. My pleasure.
So, Bryan, why don't you tell us a little bit about your experience here at Palo Alto College and how you've been managing through this unprecedented time of the COVID-19 pandemic? How's that been working for you?
Yeah, surprisingly, it's been working out super great. I think many would argue that 2020 was probably not the best year. However, in my opinion, 2020 was a great year. I think it taught us so many things. Specifically, it taught us that, we can be very efficient and effective remotely. And I think that's super awesome just to be able to have that opportunity to attend college, online via Zoom.
Well, I also understand that you're a father, so a family man, and so how's that been working out with the family during this time as well?
Yeah, so I think that's where I've really seen this to be a great blessing in my life because it's given me the opportunity to both be a father at home with my son while my wife is working and be able to attend college and get an education. So I think it's been super awesome the opportunity to have, college remotely to be able to balance out both being at home with my son and also going to college full time.
Now, how's that been going in terms of your focus, right? So all of this stuff has been kind of going around, and we've been able to stay a little bit more remote, and but things are starting to open up a little bit, and we have this Delta variant that's kind of put us back a few months, if you will. So how do you see that going forward? I mean, do you think this is going to be a long-term thing or a short-term thing?
Yeah, I definitely think this would be a little bit of a long-term thing, even more so with a lot of the population deciding not to get vaccinated. I think that's going to make this experience a little bit longer in itself. I think one of the suggestions that I could give as far as to the question that you were asking about how to remain focused is honestly what works for me is getting one of these bad boys, these planners, so that way you can write down every single course that you have in any assignment and actually whatever time it is going to be due. And you could be on top of all of your to-do things. So I think that's one of the biggest important things to remain focused, to remain organized, and just know that this is probably going to take a little bit longer than we were all hoping it, to end sooner. So yeah, let's just hang tight and be safe.
Fantastic. And one of the things that we talk about, Bryan, too, is getting involved and staying connected. And I know that Palo Alto College has really been on the forefront of, self-care and kind of finding those ways that we can continue to be productive during these challenging times. If there was one thing that you would say, great advice with the planner. If there was one thing that you would tell a new student coming in saying, hey, I know this is your first semester, what's the one piece of advice that you would give them?
I think one of the most important pieces of advice that I would give would be to sit down and really analyze your life and set goals. I think many times we overlook the importance of setting goals and making plans to fulfill those goals. Life passes by so quickly. It is crucial to write these things down and to really set those plans of actions to begin each and every day working towards your goals so that whenever 5 and 10 years pass by, you can look back and say, I'm very grateful that I accomplished A, B, and C because of the ability to set goals and to fulfill those things.
That is great sound advice. And I think that everyone listening should definitely consider that because really staying focused, staying connected, staying involved, navigating through, looking at the positive. So, one of the things I can appreciate from our conversation, Bryan, is you're really looking at those positive things as things going forward. And that's one way for us all to really get through this challenging time. What is one thing that perhaps maybe you like about Palo Alto College? Maybe you had an experience recently or something that maybe you value from Palo Alto College, the Alamo College. Anything you would like to share?
Yes, I mean, there are many things that I do enjoy about Palo Alto College, but just to share one brief experience that I've had there, I was working closely with Mr. Alex Luna in
Okay.
regards of improving my resume for potential employment. And I think those sessions that we had were awesome. He really helped me to analyze better my resume and to be able to, really just crack down on what the important things that should be and should be included in the resume. And I think that right there really shows me that Palo Alto College does care about each and every one of us. It does not matter if we're going face to face or online courses. I think we're all very important in the eyes of the Palo Alto College administration. So that to me is awesome.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Bryan. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. So appreciative of you spending your time, and thank you for being a student here at Palo Alto, for choosing us, one of the best colleges, if not the best college in the country. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much.